it's Jen. Welcome back. So finally for you today, I have my October wrap up. Sorry, it's a little bit late, but I just haven't had a chance to film. I read my last book. I finished it on Halloween, so I literally read up to the last minute of the month of October. I read 10 books this month, which I'm very proud of. It was almost 11. We used to live here. It's going to have to roll over into November, possibly, or I only got a few chapters in. I was really enjoying it, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to fit it in for this month. So I have an average rating of 3.8 stars. I read 3,867 pages this month, which is high for me. 2 5 stars, which I'll talk about last, 4 3 stars, and 4 4 stars. I apologize, the lighting's not the best today. It is what it is. I don't know if a storm's rolling in or what, but I lost all my sun. So let's just get started. I actually have these in the flipped order. So out of the 3 stars, the last one I read this month that I read and finished on Halloween was The Spite House by Johnny Compton. Now, I actually found this on audio, so I listened to it and then I read it with my eyeballs. I went back and forth. The narrator for this is, oh gosh, what's his name? Adam Lazare White, I think, is his name, and he narrates a lot of S.A. Cosby books, and I really enjoy his voice as a narrator. It's very deep and soothing, so it kind of started putting me to sleep, which is why I went and physically read it. But he has a very nice narration voice. He does a really great job, and this one was good. I liked what it did. It wasn't as spooky as I was hoping for, so if it scared me or creeped me out a little bit more, I probably would have been a 4-star, because I really did enjoy the story, the mystery. This house is obviously haunted. You get some history and a family that is trying to do the best they can with their situation, trying to make ends meet. So he volunteers to keep his family in this haunted house to try to get answers for the owner of the house. I won't say any more because it's spoilery, but it was good. It was good, but I don't know if I will unhaul this on my in my Pango store, or if I'll keep it on my shelves. I haven't decided yet. So that was that one. Next 3-star is Promise Not to Tell by Jennifer McMahon. This was her debut novel, I believe. It was not nearly as creepy as some of her other ones, so again, that's why I got 3 stars. I was really trying to scare myself this month, and it didn't happen. But this was an okay story. I liked it. The characters were okay. The writing was okay. Nothing blew me out of the water. It was short and sweet. You know, I probably will keep this on my shelf because I have her other books. But yeah, there was one scene in here that had to do with like a peer bullying incident that was just really hard to read for me. It was very sad. But yeah, it was a really good story and good mystery. It just wasn't very creepy, very scary, but I did enjoy it. 3 stars. Next 3-star was one of my library books. I did it, you guys. I read a library book. I didn't just check it out from the library. Cackle by Rachel Harrison. I knew this wasn't going to be spooky. I knew this was more of a like warm, lighthearted book about a girl who's trying to kind of start her life over. Not a coming of age, but more like a coming into adulthood. She gets out of a really long relationship. She moves to a small town. There was witchy vibes in it. It was okay. I didn't love it. A lot of people really love this book. Just a 3-star for me. And then last 3-star was actually the first one I read this month. And that was She Started It by Sian Gilbert. Lots of girl drama. Isolated setting. Those are the things I liked. However, it just did nothing special for me. I will also be putting this in my Pango shop. I think a lot of people can read this and enjoy it. It was a great, quick summer read. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just okay for me. It was a good story. I read it fast. I enjoyed it while I read it, but it's not something that I will think about next year. For example, it's not a book I will reread, so I'm going to put on my Pango shop and hopefully someone else can pick it up and enjoy it. I would definitely read more by this author. The writing was good. It was just nothing original, but it wasn't bad. That's not the book's fault, right? So for me, it was just okay, and I'm hoping someone else will read and enjoy it. So that one's going in my Pango shop as well. Okay, let's move on to the 4-star reads. This one was close to a 5. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I will be continuing on, in the series. I don't know if it's just going to be a duology or not, but there's a second book out. I really liked how this ended on a cliffhanger. Liked the characters. Wasn't quite a 5-star. This is not YA, but it kind of felt more on the YA side to me. Not that that's bad, but just my opinion. Cover's beautiful. This actually also fulfills a challenge prompt that I have in my reading journal because I needed something with a bridge on the cover, so that was nice. But definitely, I'll be reading the second one. I did enjoy this, enjoyed the writing. Magic, it's about magic. It's well done, almost a 5-star. Okay, next 4-star. Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. Now I gave the first one in this series, Empire of the Vampire, 5 stars. This one definitely felt like more of like a middle book. Like a lot happened, a lot of characters. Like after I was done reading this, I watched a like 30-minute recap on YouTube to make sure I followed everything correctly. There's just so many characters, so much going on. It was very enjoyable. I have a feeling the third one might be a 5-star. I really liked how this ended on a cliffhanger, but I couldn't give it quite 5 stars because just my reading experience, I felt a little lost sometimes and had to go back and remind myself who was who. Probably a me problem, not the book problem. But overall, it was gritty, it was dark, it was hard to read. Definitely, this is not for the reader that has a weak stomach. But yes, and a really good cliffhanger ending. Now, how long do we have to wait for book 3? I don't know. I feel like we waited a long time for this one. So 4.5 stars, almost 5 again, for that one. The New Husband by DJ Palmer. This was another 4-star. This is not my first DJ Palmer, won't be my last. This was definitely a twisty domestic thriller. Kind of knew how it was going to end up, but I still enjoyed the reading experience. The writing was great. Characters were great. Wish we could have gotten more insight to the impact it had on the son in this story. I can't really say what it was, but the whole situation, or more of like an epilogue of like him dealing with some of these things in this book. If you've read it, you would know what I was talking about. But overall, great. If you're in the mood for a domestic thriller, I highly recommend this one. Not quite a 5-star, but a very solid read. 4-star. The Dark Corners of the Night, another 4-star by Meg Gardiner. This is book number 3 in her Unsub series. I think there's one more out, and that is it. I do not own that one yet. This one follows another serial killer. We pick up with, oh gosh, what's her name? Caitlin Hendricks. She works for the FBI. She gets called in to help work with this case. Dark, gritty, puzzle. I kind of knew a little bit because it's based on a true serial killer, but it was really good. I really enjoy this Unsub series. On second thought, this might be a 5-star. I might change my rating on this. I put it for 4 for now, but 4 or 5 stars. Not sure. Okay, and then what else did I not talk about? Okay. All right, so the 2 I have left are my 5 stars, and I can't really pick out of these 2 which one was my favorite of the month because they're so different. So let's talk about Carissa Broadbent, The Serpents and the Wings of Night. I will continue with this duology. I know a third book came out in this world, but I think it covers someone completely different, which is a character in this story. Definitely excited for that one because I liked the third book that came out. I liked the character that's about. I liked her in here a lot. Hot, steamy, fighting scenes, hate to love, fantasy, everything about it. Fantasy, magic, This was so well written. I've heard the second one's not as good as this one, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm definitely going to read it. Love the way this ended as well. I liked the kingdom building. It wasn't too epic fantasy. I could follow it. It was explained well. The, history, the background, all of that. The games were fun in here. I mean, you're fighting for your life, literally. I love vampires, so this was a 5-star for me. This was really great. Probably pick up the second one maybe early in 2025, but sooner rather than later, I think. That's 5. And then the last one I'm going to talk about today is 5-star. No one's surprised. I'm not surprised. Abby Jimenez, Life's Too Short. This is book 3 in the Friend Zone trilogy. You can definitely read them separately, but there's little Easter eggs of hints. If you've read the second one, you know the reference in this one about past characters, things like that, which is really fun. I really like how Abby does that. It's very clever. Just another great romance by Abby Jimenez. I don't think I'll ever rate anything but 5 on any of her books, you guys. In November, I'm going to read her short story. It's Best Wingman or Worst Wingman Ever. It's a short story. And for Buzzword, November, the word is only, so that will be the only Abby Jimenez book I have left to read. So I will have read her to 0 after November. Maybe I'll do a tier ranking video for you guys, although they're all 5. That's going to be really hard. But Life's Too Short, another great one. This one is Vanessa Price. She is taking care of her sister's newborn daughter. The crying wakes him up in the apartment. He is a lawyer. And then you go from there, and romance ensues, but romance with depth and so much heart and so much laughter. I always laugh out loud here and there in her books. Can't go wrong. If you haven't read Abby Jimenez, I don't know what you're doing. Go pick one up and read it. She is amazing. Definitely an auto-buy, all-time favorite author of mine. So that was another 5-star. Was not surprised by it. There you have it. There are 10 books I read in October. I'm already in the middle of 3 different November books. Actually 2. I'm starting another one this weekend for a buddy read. But November's reading is already underway and it's going great. Did you guys read anything spooky that scared you in October? If you did, please put it down below. I did not scare myself this October, so I have that much more pressure to scare myself next October. So any recommendations would be amazing. I hope you guys are reading something amazing as well right now. And thanks again for watching my video. I will see you in the next one. Happy reading. Bye.